at Merritt College, and this is what I do. I enjoy your class already, and I love your case. Well, I'm going to give you one of my cases. Are you ready? Two brothers sat at a cluttered kitchen table. The house reeked of stale alcohol. Flies hovered over piles of dirty dishes in the sink. As usual, Dad was drunk on the couch. One child was perched in front of the television while the other brother was immersed in his schoolwork. One father, two boys. Same situation, an alcoholic father and an absentee mother. God bless her soul, she made her transition years ago. Both boys lived out the same hell on earth with daily verbal and physical abuse and neglect. One son ran with a fast crowd who helped him find an escape. Like his father, he found it in drugs and alcohol. The second brother, well, he buried himself in his schoolwork. A teacher praised his efforts, and consequently, he won a scholarship to an Ivy League school. He went on to become a well-respected businessman and lawyer. One day, a newspaper chose to profile their local hero. The reporter asked the young man, "Is it true? Is it true you had an alcoholic father?" "Yes, it's true," he said. "I had an alcoholic father, and that's why I am where I am today. I decided early on I wasn't going to waste my life like he did." Meanwhile, Merritt College, the other brother continued his path to self-destruction. Eventually, an employer gave him the ultimatum: either lose your job or clean up your act. He chose the latter. A counselor in the rehab program listened as he described his childhood. With tears rolling down his cheeks, he confessed, "I had an alcoholic father, and that's why I am where I am today." Same home, same background, same circumstances, same father, but different outcomes. One child was looking for somebody to blame. The other child was looking for somebody to bless. Big difference. All right, you got your case study right here. I love your professor. We're on the same wavelength. I do the same thing. All right? This is about customer service. And what do you know about customer service? Number one, everybody has a customer. If you're a doctor, your customer is your patient. If you're a parent, your customer is your child. If you're a teacher, moi, your customer is your student. And your number one responsibility, give better service, faster service, be more productive and more efficient. You have everything you need for success in the business world. Why? Because anybody can wow the customer. Anybody can do more than what is expected. Anybody can go the extra mile. Anybody can be BIC. What's BIC? Best in class. It's called the GMP. What's the GMP, students? It's the greatest management principle in the world. And what the hell is the greatest management principle? The greatest management principle is the Red Sea of free enterprise. The Red Sea of capitalism will part for the individual who can bring sales through the door. And get it through your pretty little heads right now, capitalism is not a dirty word. Capitalism is not a dirty word. Capitalism means everything is for sale. You take the word capitalism, write it on a piece of paper, CAPITALISM. Take the Latin derivative of the word capitalism, CAPUT. What does it mean in Latin? It means head. What's the one thing you must use in order to survive in a free and open society? Talk to me. You must use your what? So we don't live in a society that is divided between rich versus poor, black versus white, a liberal conservative, Republican Democrat, have versus had not. Hell no. We live in a society that is divided between dreamer versus non-dreamer. And people get in trouble in life not because they wanted too much. They get in trouble in life because they settled for too little. So what are you going to settle for? I tell my students all the time, man, you got just as much opportunity. I don't care. You find somebody that's standing on a street corner, I'll work for food. You got just as much opportunity as Bill Gates. You got just as much opportunity as Oprah Winfrey.
Come on, man.
And what is the process? Dream, action, reality. Now, in the black community, I've written several books and I've been blessed. No ego here. And what is ego? any belief other than God. No ego here. You know, I've been blessed, and a couple of them are bestsellers. And all I did was go around the country when I got my fancy PhD degree. And I tell my students the first day of class, why am I Dr. Kimbro? Am I Dr. Kimbro because I'm smarter than you? Bah, no. I'm Dr. Kimbro because I got more college hours than you have. Oh, okay. I guarantee you get the same number of college hours I have, you'll be Dr. whoever. So what am I trying to convey to you? I'm trying to convey to you that success is a statistical event. That's all it is. That's all it is. You look at all these icons up here. Oh my God, you got Safeway, you got Walmart, you got Yahoo, you got Google. The hell you know about Google, Larry Page and Sergey Brin? They weren't the first ones to come up with the search engine. There were scores of entrepreneurs that wanted to come up with that idea about the search engine. What did they do different? They decided instead of coming up with a search engine and starting from A to Z, just like the dictionary, and go ahead and define all the terms and all the enterprises and organizations they could find, they waited till those other entrepreneurs developed their search engines, and they just focused on those particular organizations, businesses, ideas, concepts that people repetitively wanted to know about. And they made it better, and they made it faster, and they made it cheaper. So everybody starts off at zero, and what is the formula? Number one, dream, action, reality. These individuals were dreaming big dreams. They had a dream, a vision, an idea, something they wanted to desperately accomplish in their life. So what is your dream? What is your vision? And I can tell the dreamers. I can tell the visionaries. How can I tell that? By the way you walk down the street. How do the peak performers, how do the dreamers, how do those people who are going to do something in life walk down the street? Hey man, contact me. I got to run now. We can get together. You got my cell? Okay. How do the poor, the hopeless, the downtrodden, those who couldn't find a dream with a roadmap, how do they walk down the street? I just wish I could find somebody to help me with these kids. Will you change the greatest gift you've ever been given by your Creator is to change your mind. That's the greatest gift. So what are the dreams that you have in your mind? All right, you're looking at, what do you know about McDonald's? What do you know about Ray Kroc? Do you know anything about him? Several years ago, decades ago, McDonald's called me up. I was blessed to be the keynote speaker at their annual convention in Las Vegas. And I flew into Las Vegas from Atlanta. I go down to baggage claim. They send a driver over there, big old limousine, throws my bag in the back of the limousine and takes me over to the casino where I'm about to speak the next day. And you know me, I struck up a conversation with the driver. He works for McDonald's. I said, who spoke last year? And he said, Ray Kroc. I said, oh my goodness. Whoa. I said, man, I know Ray Kroc was getting up in years, man. He said, yeah, as a matter of fact, the last time we were in Vegas, Ray Kroc spoke. And when he went on to tell me, he said, when word got around the McDonald's organization that Ray Kroc was going to be the keynote speaker, at the time, all 14,000 owner-operators flew into Vegas because they wanted to hear the words of wisdom coming out of Ray Kroc. Now, why was that critically important, students? Because Ray Kroc at the time was old, frail, getting up in years, and they just knew that, man, this is probably the last time we get to hear from this icon. Well, Friday night comes, all the owner-operators sitting on the edge of the seats, everybody in a tuxedo, black tie event. Ray Kroc is seated at the end of the dais. Master of ceremonies stands at the podium, reads Ray Kroc bio, and Ray Kroc, with cane in hand, seemed like it took him forever to get up to the microphone, up to the podium. All his owner-operators perched on the edge of the seats. Quiet, keep quiet. He's about to speak to us. He's about to give us some words of wisdom. And it took Ray Kroc forever to get up there, and they were ready to take notes. Ray Kroc puts his cane down, leans into the mic, and says the following. He says, hotter, faster, cleaner, and he sits down. doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. Two things I want you to write down. I need to see some pads and pens moving. I want you to write it down. In their life, they were scoffed at. At one point in their life, they were doubted. Well, what in the world kept them going? Persistence or vision? That's the hallmark of a burning desire. And I hope you got a burning desire to get something done in your life. And what is the difference between a burning desire and a normal desire? I mean, everybody in this room's got a desire to do something, right? You might have a desire what time you're going to eat lunch. Next semester, you got a desire what class you're going to take. You might have a desire, man, I'm going to save up my money, get some new rims on my car, blah, 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 get me a new outfit. Yeah, we got 50 million different desires. But what's the difference between a desire and a burning desire? What's up, my brother?
Burning desire is when you wake up in the middle of the night and thinking about it.
That's right.
You go to sleep and thinking about it.
That's right. A burning desire is an inner candle, an inner flame that cannot be extinguished. And though the doubters and the naysayers and all the people that laughed at you say you can't do this, you can't do that, you will use their doubt, you will use their criticism, you will use their cynicism to propel you forward. One of the slides, in my PowerPoint presentation, I show my students, I show them three pictures. I show them a picture of Allen Iverson. You know Allen Iverson played basketball for Philadelphia 76ers, okay? I show them a picture of, let me think. We got Allen Iverson. We got Michael Vick. I show them a picture of Michael Vick. You know what Michael Vick got caught up on in his dog fighting scam. And then I show them a picture of LeBron. So what is the difference between Allen Iverson, Michael Vick, and LeBron? They all had posses. When Allen Iverson signed that big contract with the Philadelphia 76ers, what did he do? He took his posse to a strip club. Let's go make it rain, fellas. When Michael Vick signed that big contract with the Atlanta Falcons, what did he do? He got his posse together. Man, we can make money on the side with this dog fighting gambling scheme, blah, blah, blah. But what did LeBron James do when he signed that contract with the Cleveland Cavaliers? What did he do with his posse?
Turned his friends into businessmen.
Yeah. Not only did he turn his friends into businessmen, he sent his posse to college. He paid for their tuition. He said, if you're going to be on my team, you got to know what you're talking about. You got to know what you're doing if you're going to be on my team. And you need to go online and look at his chief marketing officer, the individual who handles the LeBron James brand. It's not Nike. It's one of the guys that he grew up with that he sent to college. And what is he doing? He's lecturing at Harvard. Well, if it's good enough for LeBron James, well, damn it, it's good enough for you. It's good enough for you. So number one, dreams. Number two, inner directed versus outer directed. You know, what do you mean inner directed? I mean, these individuals, they weren't so quick to believe those folks who said you can't do this, you can't do that. They walked to a beat of a different drummer. What did Henry David Thoreau say? Don't die with your music left in you. Watch the masses and go the other way. Watch the masses and go the other way. All these icons that you have right here, watch the masses and go the other way. Oh man, there you go, man. You got Microsoft over there. What do you know about Bill Gates? When did Bill Gates get his dream? He was a freshman at Harvard. He only went to Harvard for one semester. Only went to Harvard for one semester. Spring semester, he drops out of Harvard. He goes to a bookstore at Harvard Square, and he gravitates over to the magazine section, and there's an electronics magazine that's throwing out a challenge for anybody who can come up with an operating system that would allow two computers to talk. What does Bill Gates do? He drops out of Harvard, takes 7 individuals with him. They go to the desert, New Mexico, for the next 7 years of their life to come up with this operating system, Microsoft Windows platform, that in the 1980s would finally allow 2 computers to talk. I'm much older than you. I'm 66 years old. Some of you don't even know that. In the late 1970s, early 1980s, you had 50 million different PC manufacturers, personal computers, but no one could share data until Bill Gates comes up with the Windows platform. Took Bill Gates 7 years to do that. 7 years in that desert, New Mexico. 7 years getting his hands spanked. 7 years getting his teeth knocked out. 7 years of persisting. What do you know about persistence? Persistence is the level of belief that you have in yourself. So after 7 years, Bill Gates comes up with the Windows platform, and what's the first thing he does? Picks up the phone, calls the president of Encyclopedia Britannica. He says, sir, my name is William Gates. Me and my team have been out here in the desert. We came up with an operating system that would allow 2 computers to talk. And if you get on our desktop, I know you never heard that term before. It's a new term in the industry. If you get on our desktop, you can sell all the Encyclopedia Britannicas you want for $10 a pop. What does the president of Encyclopedia Britannica tell Bill Gates? $10 a pop? Young man, are you out of your mind? We're #1 in the world. We sell a set of our books, 24 in a set, for more than $1,000. I suggest you call somebody else. Click. Hangs up on Bill Gates. A few minutes goes by. Bill Gates dusts off his low self-image. This time he makes a second phone call. And this time he calls the president of Encarta. And to this day, Encyclopedia Britannica can't even give their books away. So, Dr. Kimbro, what the hell are you saying? I'm telling you, sometimes it's risky not to take a risk. Everybody in this room right now, you got a dream in your head. When are you going to act on it? When? When are you going to act on it? No. And where do dreams come from? A dream comes from your creator knocking on your subconscious, asking you, do you want more out of life? Don't you know the average individual in our society gets 4 ideas a year? Any one of which, if you had the guts, the courage, the motivation to move on it, will make you financially independent. So what happened? Girl, my next door neighbor tried to do that and blew up in his face. Oh, I know you can't do that. You don't do that, you're going to lose your shirt. All right, you're going to mess around, get behind on your rent. Don't go there. So what if you fail? Failure is never failure. If you ask yourself the question, what can I do better next time? And we all fail. We're talking about Bill Gates, right? Bill Gates, 3 times Bill Gates had an opportunity to buy Wikipedia and didn't do it. Just think, if you had the opportunity to put a business plan together and buy Wikipedia, you'd be bank like Hank. Wikipedia, 7th largest search engine in the world, and Gates said no. 3 times Blockbuster had the opportunity to buy Netflix and said no. Are you crazy, Blockbuster? Netflix? 3 times Oakley had an opportunity to sell the sunglass line to Nike and said no. Now, some of you are saying no right now because you're not motivated to chase your dream. You want to be like everybody else. One thing you don't want to be in life, you don't want to be like everybody. These folks ain't like everybody else. What's the average of success? Oh, I'm a talking head. Look, what's the average of success?
Low.
Say it.
Low.
What's the opposite of success? Failure. Opposite of success is not failure. The opposite of success is conformity. Why? Because you'll never succeed conforming to the wishes, norms, and mores of others. You will never. So step out of the box, push the envelope. What did Damon John say to me? He says 2 things you need. Number 1, you need creativity, the ability to come up with a dream. But number 2, you need innovation, the ability to execute the dream. And then last but not least, after you get your vision, innovation, inner direction, just flat out refuse to fail. Just refuse to fail. There's nothing to fear. You're as good as the best, as strong as the mightiest too. You can pass any battle or test. There's no one just like you. There's only one you in the world today, so nobody else you see can do your work in justifying way. You're the be. Product, price, place, promotion. The 4 P's. Product, price, place, promotion. What's the product? What's the price? You know there's minimum 5 different pricing strategies. You're going to be high end, all the way down to Walmart. And what you got to think in your head, oh man, if I price it too high, I'm going to lose customers. No, you're not going to lose customers. Tell that to Mercedes-Benz. Tell that to Bentley. You can't get a Bentley right now for less than what? $300,000? Who's gonna pay $300,000 for a car? Those who have $300,000 to buy for a car. I don't care how much money you have. You better have at least $40,000. You go into that Mercedes-Benz, dealership, because you ain't walking away with nothing unless you got $40,000. You go in there with $39,999. They said, well, there's a Hyundai dealership down on the corner. Maybe you'd be comfortable down there. That's called about, keeping your brand strong. Your brand is not for everybody. What does Mercedes-Benz say? The best or nothing. The best or nothing. It's only for the best. So what does L'Oreal say? We're more expensive, but you're worth it. And we're not for everybody. There's only one industry organization that says that everybody is their customer, and that's the post office. Come on, man. Open it up for questions and answers. Q&A. Any questions? I like the way you got your tent cards, man. I like this. What's up, Cynthia? What's up, girl? Holla. Hello, Miss Johnson. I saw you taking notes, baby girl. You must be going someplace in life. I like your little tent cards. Laura Guerrero. What's up, Laura? Can I get some dap? Y'all give dap here at Merritt College? You give dap? Yes. My brother. Shane Doe.
I want to come up with what made you really find you speak?
I'm actually, I speak, yeah, but I'm a college professor. I teach at Clark Atlanta School of Business. Anybody heard of CAU?
Yeah.
Anybody been to the ATL? ATL where the players play.
I got 2 questions.
Yeah, I'm in the School of Business at Clark Atlanta University. I've been there since, there 92 to 96, came back in 2000, and I've been there since, so about 20 years.
Dr. Amber, here's a question.
Yes, David.
Yeah. My question is, if you want to start a business, right, but your credit is not as great, can you?
Welcome to the club.
Can you file for bankruptcy and still start a business, or?
Yeah, bankruptcy is not the end of the world, but I wouldn't suggest it. Okay? So, there are 50 million different ways that you could go ahead and fund a business, without, credit. Number one, you could use sweat equity. And what is sweat equity? You got your job during the day, to pull money from that, multiple streams of income. The number one, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, the number one, start your savings plan right now. And I don't care how much money you earn or the lack thereof. If you can't save 10% of every dime that you earn, the seeds of greatness aren't in you. So sweat equity is number one. All right? Number two, yeah, you can get an investor. There's a story behind everything. But you can't GET into your ASK. You can't do it until you tell your story. So everybody has a story. Every room has a door. Every door has a key. And damn it, every problem got a solution.
Come on, man.
So, share your story. All right, Mr. Investor, I know what you're thinking. You're asking me blah, blah, blah. I know you're thinking about my credit rating. Let me tell you the story behind that. I've had some tough circumstances in my life, and I had to make some difficult choices. I don't come from the best circumstances. I couldn't find my father with a roadmap, and my mother, her knees were buckling under the financial weight of keeping the family together. So I had that choice, either keep good credit or support my mother while I'm in school. Now you tell me an investor that wouldn't get behind you. Said, man, this guy is disciplined. This guy has values. There's a story behind everything. But you got to be able to share it. So yeah. So but the thing is, pursue your dream. Don't you know you're going to be met with 50 million different obstacles? People make the mistake, man, that money is the number one reason. Money is not the reason. Number one reason why business fails is the third phase of entrepreneurship. And what is the third phase of entrepreneurship? When you have to move from an entrepreneur to a manager. There's a lot of folks that come up with an idea for a business, but damn it, can't manage. Steve Jobs couldn't manage. They fired Steve Jobs from Apple. And what did he do when he was down from Apple? He comes up with Pixar, and then he comes back to Apple. They called him a taskmaster. You know there are 4 different elements of managing. You got country club, you got task manager, you got the leader. There are a lot of folks out there who are dreamers and everything, but they can't move from entrepreneur to manager. And what is management about? Planning, organization, and control. So money isn't the number one obstacle. Some of you right now want to be entrepreneurs. If I gave you money right now, you're not ready for the money. You probably blow it. You don't even know what you're doing. It wouldn't be wise to invest in you right now. Go learn something first. Get it through your pretty little head. You're in business right now. You're an entrepreneur right now because you're in the first phase of entrepreneurship, which is called new venture creation. There are 5 levels, 5 phases of entrepreneurship. Number 1 is called new venture. And what is new venture? Well, I'm a student at Merritt College, but I know in the back of my head, I know in 3 years, I'm going to be a chef. I'm going to have my restaurant. I know it. It's written. Bank on it. You got it in the back of your head. So right now, you're in the first phase. You haven't committed any money. You don't even have a business card. You don't even have a place where to scout it out. You have nothing. You haven't done nothing. So what phase? So what are you doing in phase 1? You meeting people. You are networking. That's your job. You're meeting 2 new people every day in your field. That's your job. You may want to go job. You start your restaurant in your phase 1. You might want to get a job being a waiter in one of the top restaurants here in the Oakland area. You go ahead and wait on the table with somebody. You tell them what you're going to do. Somebody will see the way. Man, I like the way that you waited on me. Man, I really like you. You have your heart into this. What are you doing? Well, I'm a college student at Merritt College, and oh yeah, how long? I got another year. What's your concentration? Business management, blah blah. But I have a dream. I want my own restaurant. I like the way that you wait on tables. I like your attention to detail. If you ever start a restaurant, here's my card. Call me. Your net worth will always be a function of your network. And a proper network should put you in contact with anybody in this country within 5 phone calls. Well, Dr. Kimbro, I want to talk to President Obama. How in the world do I get President Obama? You find somebody to turn you on to what? Kamala Harris, your congressman or woman, your city council man or woman. Come on, man, let's go. Let's get innovative. Let's get strategic. Hope you're talking about strategy in this class. What are the 4 elements of strategy? Everybody uses the term strategy, but what are the 4 elements of strategy? Number 1, what's the best that can happen? Number 2, what's the worst that can happen? Number 3, what's likely to happen? And number 4, are you willing to tolerate the worst in order to achieve the best? Everybody on that wall, they were willing to tolerate the worst in order to achieve the best. A couple more questions. We're going to get up and get out of here. My brother, sorry, darling, Cal Poly Mustangs. And you are Bianca. Holla.
I wanted to know, what are the names of your books?
I got something right there. My first book, Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, and my 5th book, The Wealth Choice, Success Secrets of Black Millionaires.
Are you on the cover, like full body, like, I want to say black, white, with maybe red on it, the cover?
No.
No? Okay.
Close, though. Yes. Ethan.
Yeah.
Ethan Rogers.
Yeah.
Here you go. You got the
President
one
of
right
the
there,
company.
man.
He's the president
This little
of a
10
business.
cards printed up. Ethan's professional.
What would be